get you, Barbara.
So, David.
Yes?
Things are coming.
They are. They're coming right towards us.
Fast.
Good, bad, indifferent, but always nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop. And I've got one that is fast and relentless and going to be in your face on June 20th. It is 28 years later.
Ooh, what could that possibly be about? No one's ever heard of this franchise before.
Wow. It has practically been 28 years since the first movie came out. I think it came out in like 2001 or 2.
Wow.
So it's been a minute. And of course it had its sequel 28 weeks later. But finally, Danny Boyle is back in the director's seat for this one. It's the third in the 28 Days Later franchise. And guess what? Alex Garland is back too.
Good.
It stars Jack O'Connell from the movie Sinners, which has been pretty hot here lately. Ralph Fiennes, who we know recently from Conclave, as well as a million other things, but Conclave was his last Oscar movie. And Aaron Taylor Johnson, who just appeared in Nosferatu last December.
Okay.
A synopsis is: a group of survivors of the rage virus live on a small island. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors as well.
Interesting.
It looks to me like there's a lot of weird religious cult stuff going on in this. I don't know. The trailer looks fantastic, but it looks unique. It doesn't look like your average 28 Days Later, except when you see a mass of zombies running at you.
Yeah, but it looks more... if I had not known better and had not seen it, I would think the trailer was for Walking Dead. It made me feel like Walking Dead because it looked like you said several different cultures or
like they're expanding on the whole premise. It's funny that you should mention that because it's actually a new trilogy. And I found this out and it blew my mind.
A new trilogy?
It was shot back to back with its sequel 28 years later, quote, The Bone Temple. So 28 years later movies are coming out. The second one was directed by Nia DaCosta. Do you remember who that is?
Oh, that name sounds familiar, but no, I don't recall.
She directed Candyman and The Marvels. It was also written by Alex Garland, so he is continuing with this. It was also produced by Boyle. The Bone Temple will be released in January of 2026. So you're getting a little twofer here, folks, because not only are we getting a 28 Days Later movie in less than a month, we are also getting the second of what apparently is a new trilogy called The Bone Temple in 2026. But I'm stoked for this one coming out on the 20th, mainly because it looks like a return to form of the original movie. Even though there are new ideas, it's still Danny Boyle, so I'm ready. So that's what's coming to get me 28 years later and eventually a sequel to that movie.
Well, mine is one that could be marvelous or could not. And we'll see. But I am kind of excited to see it just because of the cast.
I know where you're going.
It was not released until July. It's going to be July 25th, so it's going to be a big summer blockbuster sort of thing, but they've already had huge press on it, huge release, and a lot of fan controversy over it. But it is the Fantastic Four First Steps. So you would probably know more than me, but this is the third attempt at doing a Fantastic Four?
Well, I think it's the third theatrical attempt. There may have been like a cheesy TV thing.
Okay.
Maybe.
But I was intrigued because when the cast was first announced, it was a big controversy with the fans. They thought some were good, some were not. Pedro Pascal, the genre actor of the moment right now, really, is cast as Reed Richards. And
with a mustache, and that looks weird to me.
This is the guy that was the Mandalorian, and the guy who was in The Last of Us, and He's pretty popular. But the rest of the cast, I didn't recognize any of the other four. It's Eben Moss, Backrack, Vanessa Kirby, and Joseph Quinn. But then you get to Julia Garner, Natasha Lyonne, John Malkovich, Mark Gatiss, and Ralph Ineson is playing a character called Galactus.
Oh.
And you remember, he was the dad in The Witch.
Exactly. Yeah. He was also in, I think we saw him in The Green Knight too.
The Green Knight, yes. And I'm assuming Galactus is the new Thanos, maybe?
He's the eater of planets.
Yeah. The reason I'm kind of excited about it is I want to see if it can overcome the hurdles it's already created for itself. Meaning, if you look at the poster for it, it looks like it's a rom-com.
It looks like it's retro, like The Incredibles.
Correct. It has that Incredibles feel.
Yeah.
You're taking a character that wasn't known for a mustache and giving him a mustache. You're cross-gendering the Silver Surfer, because the Silver Surfer is a female in this version.
Right.
The director for it is Matt Shakman, who I knew from WandaVision. He did several episodes for WandaVision. He's done a couple
That's
of Game
great.
of Thrones. But everything else in his repertoire is comedy. He has done The Boys, but he's a television director. He comes from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The Good Wife, Grace and Frankie, Psych. So it's all these television comedies, and you're giving him a franchise tentpole to the MCU.
I'm curious as to where they're going with it because, well, first of all, it's got an incredible cast. It also has, like you mentioned, Silver Surfer, Galactus. I'm like, okay, it can't really be an origin story if they're going to have, I mean, they could do an origin story, but I think they've done it enough. We just talked about this not long ago with Superman and Spider-Man. Maybe they'll just do the story. But the thing is, Doctor Doom is like the main enemy of the Fantastic Four, and he is going to be the enemy in the new Avengers movie next year. So are they going to somehow tie the Fantastic Four into it like they did Guardians of the Galaxy? And if they do, is there going to be a time travel thing going on? Because this Fantastic Four movie looks to me like it's set in the past.
It does. It looks like it's an 80s or 90s time frame almost.
I thought even earlier, but yeah.
Oh, it might have been.
So maybe they'll work that out. I mean, I trust what some of these folks are doing. Thunderbolts is getting incredible reviews. They're saying it's like the best Marvel movie ever. And I'm like, really? Have you seen this?
I've seen 3 trailers for it. I haven't seen the film yet. I've seen 3 trailers. The very first teaser trailer they put out was excellent.
Okay.
But it played up a lot of the humor of them, but also the skill set. Like when they show Winter Soldier and he pulls out his grenade launcher thing, his magnetic thing, and they go, oh, that's bad, isn't it? And then he shoots their car. They played up that kind of aspect.
It sounds like the comedy, though, that we liked from the first Avengers movie is what it sounds like.
Correct. They have a great shot. It's in the new trailers of Elena walking and the entire floor of a building skyscraper behind her blows up. In the original trailer, they show her walking and she's on the phone and she goes, okay, just wanted to let you know. Wait, hang on.
Boom.
And then it blows up and she goes, yeah, mission accomplished.
Well, I hear that it's setting Florence Pugh up, that she's really the star of the film. So I'm like, wow, well, you sold me there. Yeah.
Of course she is. And they could tie them into Avengers in some way, too.
Well, they've already tied a lot of them into What If, but you don't watch that. The David Harbour character is in a What If episode as well as the Winter Soldier.
Red Lightning or Red whatever.
The Russian superhero. Yeah.
Yeah, the Russian Captain America.
Again, we digress. But Thunderbolts is a movie that looks interesting to me.
The only last thing I wanted to say was, I think, and this is supposition on my part, but the head writer for Fantastic Four is Peter Cameron. And he doesn't have that many credits at all, but his big credit is WandaVision.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that the two of them, Matt Shankman, Peter Cameron, you know, WandaVision was so successful when it first came out, they probably pitched some idea that Feige liked. Or they said, hey, give us Fantastic Four, we'll make it work. So we'll see if it works. I hope it does.
I do too. I'm ready for another wave of Marvel and maybe even DC.
Yeah. Action oriented and marvelous
Fun.
as they were.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
Well, that's what's coming to get us, folks. David mentioned Fantastic Four First Steps, which is coming July 25th. And I mentioned another franchise, 28 Years Later, which is coming June 20th. And I'm ready for some fast zombies. So
It's going to be a good summer.
yeah, well, we want to know what you folks out there have coming to get you. If you would, down in the comments below, you can let us know, or you can tell us what you think about these movies we talked about today. We'd love to hear from you. And while you're down there, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we will be seeing you next time out in those darkened theaters where things are coming to get you. Bye.
Bye.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.